Hey gardeners, I am doing a quick video on my Trader Joe's finds. These are hellebores, y'all, from Trader Joe's, and they were only $11.99. Look how beautiful these hellebores are. Look at the color. Look at the back of this. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to take you guys and show you where I'm planting these, and I'm keeping the soil very just simple soil. This is my soil cube compost that I have here, and I'll be mixing that in with each hole. I will not be fertilizing these. Hellebores can grow really well without being fertilized, and I think they prefer not being fertilized. So I'm going to plant these in my garden. Come with me. This is the area where I'll be planting the hellebores. This space is part sun. During the summer, it gets substantial shade because of my beautiful crepe myrtle tree. So this is probably the shadiest part of my backyard garden. So this is where I have been planting hellebores so far. You can see right here, this is one of the hellebores I picked up recently. I cut back the flowers on this one already. This white hellebore has been in my garden for several years, and you can see the seedlings down here. I'll be digging up some of those and repotting them and let them grow on their own. But let me show you the rest of the hellebores. Here's another one that I purchased from Trader Joe's just this week. And again, I've already cut back the flowers on this one, but check this one out. I'll get a closer view for you in just a second. But this one, I left the blooms on because they were pretty sturdy. So I left those on, and we'll get a little closer and see those blooms and how gorgeous they are. This is one of the ones that's been in my garden a very long time. And here you can see the little baby seedlings of that one. So let's take a closer look at that purple hellebore. I've already prepared the hole for the new hellebores, but look at this one. Let's get a little closer. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Here's the other one. Look at those big, beautiful blooms. This is so exciting. I've never purchased, I take that back. I've purchased one hellebore since I've had hellebores in my garden. And I think it was the white one that's right there, actually. But I'm so excited. $11.99 for hellebores. So let's get these planted. All right, I'm gonna start with this one. Look at how gorgeous these blooms are. Wow, and it's so full. It's probably root bound like the others were, but those blooms are amazing. So let's take a look inside. Woo. Oh yeah, this is very root down. Look at that. So I will slice these roots. It's well watered. They definitely have watered this thing. And I mean, these roots are so tight that it's very difficult to even try to tease them apart. So I am just cutting them along the edge, along the bottom, and just creating some aeration in this plant. I mean, these roots are wrapped around this plant. And if I can lift, I'll lift. But otherwise, I'm not going to baby this plant. It'll be fine. And just lifting some of those roots, loosening some of those roots. All right. Oh, it's so beautiful. I can enjoy these flowers for a few days. And then I may come back out and cut some of these flowers off so that the plant can focus on repairing and growing new roots. Having an enemy back here I'm trying not to disturb. All right, let's add some more soil. And when I plant these, I try to keep the root ball a little bit above the soil line, because under this beautiful soil is heavy red clay soil, and these hellebores like free draining soil. But this area has been amended so much over the years, and it was sheet mulched. So this soil is really lovely back here. I'm just teasing these roots a little bit more. Let's add some more soil. So I added a shovel of compost, and I'm mixing it in with the soil that I dug out. So there's a clump of native soil that I dug out, and I'm just loosening that and mixing it in with that soil cube compost. There are lots of beautiful heucheras back here that will fill in over the next few weeks. So exciting. All right, so I think that one's in good. Again, the root ball is a little bit above the soil line, and that's to help with aeration. So I will water this one in and start planting another. So here's the next one that's going in. I mean, wow. These blossoms are stunning. So I'm planting this one right under a Japanese maple that is in a tilted container. This was a little seedling. I'll just talk about that for a second. This right here was a little seedling that I had in a pot, Japanese maple seedling or sapling, and I just left it back here because it was the shadiest part of my garden. And after all these years, the roots have grown out of the bottom of it, and it has found a happy place. So I'm leaving that there. So again, I will need to cut this plant out of the container. Woo, careful. So here again, these are root bound, and I assume that if they're at Trader Joe's, they're there for ornamental reasons. You know, somebody uses this as a centerpiece on their table, but I use it as a beautiful piece in my garden. And I posted it on Instagram, and several people said they have been shopping for hellebores at Trader Joe's for several years. Well, now I know the secret. So look for the hellebores early spring, late winter. I guess I'll say late winter. So let's just cut these roots a bit and get it in the ground. I want this to be planted kind of high so it can get some good drainage. All right, I will water this in so it can be happy again. Today is March 3rd, and the Trader Joe's hellebores have been in the ground for a few days. These I did not cut back. Two of them I did cut back, and now I'm thinking I didn't have to because these blooms are still standing pretty strong. Now that one has flopped over a bit, but it is still gorgeous. Lots of new blooms are still coming on these. These are so beautiful. I see some foliage that I will cut back, some dying foliage there. I'll cut those back, but this border is beautiful.